Okay, so let's start with this very interesting X, I believe. Bitcoin took over 4 years to hit $1 billion in terms of market cap. Also, Bitcoin took 12 years to hit $1 trillion in terms of market cap. Kaspa took less than 2 years to hit $1 billion in terms of market cap. And Kaspa requires 240x from here to hit $1 trillion market cap. This puts Kaspa price at around $40.80. Kaspa will be the fastest ever asset to reach $1 trillion market cap. And that is updated by Kaspa Facts on X, guys. So now, my personal opinion about this. I am not telling you that Kaspa is going to, be at $1 trillion in terms of market cap evaluation this cycle. However, based on what Kaspa has to offer as a technology, of course, this is possible. You also do have to remember that it took Bitcoin a while, right, throughout multiple cycles to actually hit $1 trillion in terms of market cap. However, I repeat, in terms of technology for Kaspa and what Kaspa has to offer, it is 100% possible. Obviously, time will show, but I know, guys, that you want to actually get rich from Kaspa this cycle. So let's talk about this cycle, and this is something that I just wanted to share. I believe that's interesting. Now, guys, before we are going to look at technicals of Kaspa, I would like to have a look at BTC. Obviously, that is driving the whole market. So 4-hourly time frame first, let's start. So first things first, BTC reached this level of resistance in here at $60,553, well actually $584, and we had to sell off on 4-hourly. However, Bitcoin closed above this resistance that is also a mid-range of that channel, which is obviously zoomed in so you guys cannot see, but I'm going to zoom it out a little bit later. So now stochastic RSI on 4-hourly is showing that BTC's price is basically experiencing that bullish reversal. So what does it mean based on technicals? Obviously it's only 4-hourly time frame as of the time of recording this video, of course. So could BTC's price goes above this level, right, or about this one, because this one is overall downtrend, as you guys see, that is basically brewing from July 2024. So again, I do believe that we are going to leave this boring channel sooner or later, but this is very short time frame that we are talking about, right? So short time frame, I think that price might gonna go down. Why do I think so? So first of all, if BTC is going to go in here and we will have this rejection that is going to be, well, potentially double top. And also, if I'm going to look at the daily time frame for BTC, as you guys see, stochastic RSI is basically flipping towards the downside. We are experiencing, BTC's price action is experiencing that bearish cross. So the first scenario could be that we could see a bit of a pump in here, right? Or second scenario could be this, right? So let's actually have a look at the liquidity in order to determine of what potentially could happen. So as you guys see, now we are trading in here for BTC on Binance, but obviously that has the biggest liquidity. So the liquidity, well, big amount of liquidity is around that area of 60,500, and second block will be 60,588, but let's say $60,500. Please put it in here, guys. Okay, so we got rejected, and now that would coincide with what I've just said before. So what we could have is basically going towards the upside, smashing through this level, flushing these leverages, and then because, well, kind of, it's going to be a double top if that is going to happen, and then the pullback. Okay, so is that going to happen? Is BTC going to go towards the downside in, let's say, next 24 hours, perhaps 48? Well, if this is going to happen, where does this going to put the price of our beloved Kaspa, right? Kaspa is currently experiencing a bullish momentum on a daily, but as you guys can see, very similar scenario to what BTC is doing. Pretty much, Kaspa is mirroring that. Sooner or later, at some point, this thing is not going to be in here forever. It's going to go towards the downside. And as you guys see, this daily candle is basically red at the moment. Okay, so healthy retest of this area as a support, which is going to be, well, around 1 cent of a downside. Let's have a look how much would it be in terms of percentage. That will be around 4.3%. Of course, that is not a lot, but if you guys scalping, I'm pretty sure that you will be happy with that. Anyways, let's have a look at 4-hourly. So even 4-hourly is basically showing that we are in this zone, which is well, overheated from the standpoint of stochastic RSI. So, well, everything to me is basically showing that, well, BTC could see a little bit of a further pump to flush these leverages and then probably go towards the downside on a short term. Of course, long term, I am very bullish for Kaspa, for overall market, and of course for BTC. So let's have a look at different metrics, guys. Now we are sitting at 51 in terms of fear and greed, neutral. And also let's have a look at how Kaspa is doing, because we do have some movement in terms of market cap. Kaspa is sitting at 4.3 billion USD in terms of market cap. That is very juicy, guys, because yesterday, well, actually 2 days ago, when I made an update, there was 4.1. And Kaspa reclaimed number 21 in terms of ranking. This is very good, guys. And now the current word is sitting at 87. Next one is going to be 82. Next reduction is in 19 days. We are sitting at 86.04% mined. Hash rate is sitting at 106 exahash per second, and all-time highs are sitting at 1.16. Things are really getting juicy. And now, guys, let's have a look at a couple of different charts to actually determine of where this market is going. So quick shout out to Mr. Prof, and this is a weekly chart for BTC that it is finally happened. For the first time in BTC's history, we see a golden cross of the SMA 100 and SMA 200 on a weekly. Probably nothing. So one thing that I would like to point out, guys, is that before in the history of price action of BTC, of course, these two lines were just narrowing, and you see what happened in terms of price when they were narrowing. And we had this in here as well in a previous cycle, so they were basically going very close to each other slash narrowing, and we had this pump. And now we had the first time in a history of this purple line going slightly above. So guys, let's see how things are going to go, but that could potentially be very bullish thing. And also different thing, chart that isn't necessarily that bullish. So Mr. Max is saying that Bitcoin is testing a very important resistance area, and the bull market support bands are at the same time. The price must reclaim this level for any further upside continuation. So from the standpoint of support bands, BTC needs to break above these bands. However, if we are going to look back into the history, that basically occurred 2 times before when, you know, price of BTC went below these bands, like in here, for instance, there was shaky, and then huge pumps towards the upside. So that basically happened in here as well. And then when price of BTC reclaimed these bands, then we had a huge rally towards the upside. So if we are going to see reclaim, that could potentially be a bullish signal based on these two things that happen in history. And now, guys, since 15,500 bottom, BTC has shown a similar pattern. Price consolidates for weeks, then drops below the range, trapping bears only to quickly recover and push higher. If this repeats, we could see another big move up soon. So guys, every single time it's the end for BTC basically. That's what people are thinking, because we are trading sideways, and of course everybody wants these pumps very fast. And however, if we are going to look at this chart and what is going on in here, this sideways price action movement towards the downside doesn't necessarily look that scary if we are going to look at zoomed out chart. But now Mr. Titan is pretty much showing the similar thing on the 2 weekly. He's saying that BTC has re-entered the range, signaling that capitulation may be over. So we had capitulation in 2023, and after that you see what happened, guys, right? So let's see, because I believe that we are experiencing end of that capitulation, and BTC is basically going to gear towards the upside as we are gearing towards that Q4. And on the top of that, bull pennant is basically playing on BTC's chart on a monthly, according to Mr. Titan. Target is around 158k. Guys, that will be juicy. You can just imagine how much Kaspa will be at that point. Anyways, let's have a look at altcoins on a 10 daily chart. So Mr. Yoda is pointing out that all-time high is coming for crypto. There will be so many opportunities soon. Be ready. 1 trillion, 3, 5 and 10 trillion. It's going to be hell of a ride. Guys, heck, let's see. So we've got these different levels that he drawn that are potential resistance where we could occur some pullback. So we've got retracement back to 3 trillion USD once we are going to see the pump from this current price action. Then we've got middle area around 5 trillion USD, and then we've got crypto total hit a new all-time high of 10 trillion. Well, Looking at these lines in here, which also coinciding with these, support and resistance lines, that could definitely happen as we are going in that channel. Also, one thing that I would like to point out is the fact that we have barely get off that bear cycle, because obviously altcoins are lagging behind BTC. So guys, Kaspa still have a lot of time to pump like crazy. And also gold is breaking away from BTC and taking the lead. When this happened in 2020, gold rallied 40%, and not long after, BTC rose 660% towards the upside. So guys, if the history is going to repeat just like in a previous cycle, BTC might gonna pick up, and then altcoins are going to pick up, and then Kaspa is going to pick up. On the top of that, Mr. Quantin is pointing out that the banana zone, which you guys saw in the thumbnail, is basically playing out. Well, almost. So this is what happened in the previous cycle. We were in that pullback right after or before halving around that time, and then altcoins and the whole crypto market saw banana zone. Well, this is Bitcoin actually, but that also goes for altcoins too. So we got the boring zone and then banana zone, just like in previous cycles, basically in 3 previous cycles. And this is what's happening at the moment, guys. All right. So I really don't care if BTC is going to go down, Kaspa is going to go down, because at some point this thing is going to go towards the upside like crazy. Ladies and gents, that's it what I've got for you today. I hope that you have guys enjoyed, and I wish you having a great day. Peace and love, crypto.